What is going on, World? Steve Dab 317, and we are still rolling, but really just now getting warmed up on what I now name the official Tom MacDonald Day, at least here on my channel, Steve Dab 317. But listen, I am up to the video titled White Boy, about to check it out, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts. Hopefully you enjoy this first reaction video. Let's do it.
I cannot feel guilty for that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never burnt a cross or hit my face with a hood. You can't just label me racist, cause
Yeah, and we're about to go back. We're about to go all the way back, and I got a feeling I'm going to stop 1,000 times during this. But one thing I'll say that's monumental here, and it's a part of his message also. But one thing that's monumental here is that he identified, I don't feel guilty for something I didn't do, but, and this is the game changer, but I can see how you could view things from your perspective. I can see how you could view things differently. And what's so monumental about that is oftentimes we get to a point where like we'll have our mindset, we look through a lens, and that's all we ever see. We never take the time to look at it from somebody else's perspective. Not saying their viewpoints are right or wrong, but I'm guessing in this video he's about to kind of delve into this is why I don't agree with your viewpoint. Or maybe this is why it isn't valid. Or maybe it is valid. We'll see.
I cannot feel guilty for that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never burnt.
Notice everybody else's faces in the classroom, how like uncomfortable everybody seems. Like people like, bro, did he just say, is he saying this right now? All right.
I cannot feel guilty for that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never burnt a cross or hit my face with a hood. You can't just label me racist, cause I'm related to people who did some terrible way back before I was alive. My parents brought me up to treat everyone as an equal. I refuse to feel ashamed cause of my pretty blue eyes. And Nazi, white supremacist, anyone who labels me as that because of my family genetics. The hatred for Caucasians is so pathetic. Go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. I'm not the one.
There are some facts there. You know, there are and you know, when I look at this video being titled White Boy, you know, I can't tell you how many times I've heard, you know, like, especially in the neighborhood, you know, a neighborhood that's predominantly black and Hispanic, I'll say, but, you know, somebody white will come around and even before they have a name or even before they ever get called by name, it's usually white boy. Like, hey, white boy, go get the basketball. You know what I mean? And it's kind of a very derogatory, but I think, you know, it's really interesting about racism. I've said this before somewhere, maybe on this channel, but I think most people who are racist don't even realize it. You know, but at the same time, they're oftentimes quick to identify or call somebody else racist, but they've got their own demons they need to deal with and don't even realize it's an issue. Oh well, we're just that's just. I mean, he's white. You know, this is what we call him. You know, but if a black guy were to go into an all white neighborhood, like, hey, black boy, go get the basket, immediate problem. You see where I'm going with this?
White devil, neo-Nazi cop trying to is that because of my family genetics. The hatred for Caucasians is so pathetic. Go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. I'm not the white devil, neo-Nazi cop trying to pull the trigger. You can call me what you want, but I'd still never say the white race as a whole ain't the enemy. There's racist white people, but we're far from that collectively. White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, you white.
I've got a cousin who is mixed, and I just remember talking when he was younger, some of the stuff he went through, and like he would be in the black neighborhoods, they would call him white, saying he's trying to fit in. He would be in the white neighborhoods, they'll call him black. Yeah, it was just for a lot of his life, you know, he just dealt with not being accepted by people, and it took him getting older and wiser to realize that those people know their opinions don't mean anything. But everybody doesn't grow to that age. Some people relieve themselves of life before they get to that point. They never get a chance to truly experience life because of the pressure that. Anyways, I want to let this keep rolling, but man, I've got a lot to say about this video already.
Sitting next to me, I don't assume that every black's favorite drink is Hennessy. I don't dislike Tanisha because her first name isn't Stephanie. Not only is that wrong, it's a waste of energy. Ivory or ebony, 45 or 17, we all bleed the same. Martin Luther King or Kennedy. They're angry, I'm reciting the facts. He's white and he raps and stole the culture right from the facts. Okay, it's fire, but we lit the flame, we siphon and gas. So this corny little honky man, the whitey is whack. You letting history perpetuate the hatred within, and then you paint me with the brush you painted slave owners with. Yeah. White boy.
And again, like what he just said, and I've said this before. I'm gonna stop saying, but like our thoughts are so similar, it's almost scary. Like it's literally almost scary. But you know, he talked about painting everybody with the same brush, and that's something I think people really got to be careful doing, and that's all the way across the board. You know, whether it's police officers, whether you paint every police officer with the same brush, or every blacks, or every whites, or every, you know, whatever it is, like you got to be careful doing that, right? Not only is that extremely ignorant, what happens is like you deprive yourself of truly living and enjoying life when you do that. Because ultimately, it's really an issue in here, or really an issue inside that you've got to deal with, you know. But when people don't see it as an issue, they continue doing it. Don't consciously think about it, you know. Maybe it's important to be conscious.
Don't say that, white boy. Oh, you so bad, white boy. You wish you were black, white boy. Dear white boy. Sister, an auntie, an uncle, and a grandma that I picture when you're openly hating. And God willing, one day I'll have a kid of my own. I refuse to let you blindly hate my wife and my baby, so go ahead and hate the races. I pray for their extinction. If you want to hate the white people, just make the distinction between the ones who want the best for everyone regardless, and the ones who build the system just to smother you with hardship. Stop before
Facts.
you say it. I know what you've been thinking. How's a straight white male in 2018? You're making me the villain by demonizing my race for things I didn't do and decisions I didn't make. No one that I call a friend has ever owned a slave, and neither did our dads or our dads' dads. Sakes acknowledging atrocities were wrongly committed is all that I can offer when I'm wrongly convicted. I would never hate a man for what God gave him in pigments, and I would never plot against him just because he is different. I would never judge a human for the cards he was given or call him lesser than myself because of the race that he's mixed with. White people that you hate aren't your neighbors or lawyers. They're the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bushes, and Royals. They're the people who monopolized the water and oil and injected your communities with drugs that they spoiled. Got no patience for Nazis, I think they're better off dead. They're fighting hatred with hatred, making their hate more intense. I don't want nothing to do with either side of the fence, so don't blindly attack me for wearing braids on my head. Hate the people who believe you put yourselves in the ghetto. Hate the ones who teach their children you ain't because they said so. Hate the ones who think you're all the same and judge you profusely because the way that you're portrayed on our news and in movies. Being white and being racist aren't the same, and I promise. No, it's hard to tell the difference if I'm just being honest. I deserve the chance to show you I'm not part of the problem, and you owe it to yourselves. We got so much in common. White boy, don't say that, white boy. Oh, you so bad, white boy. You wish you were black, white boy. Dear white boy. White boy, white, no say, can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. White boy, don't say that, white boy. Oh, you so bad, white boy. You wish you were black, white boy. Dear white boy.
I like that video. Like that was a good video. That was a really good video. You know, and I know right now there's a lot of emphasis placed on racism against blacks, which exists, no doubt. But I think what I know what he's alluding to here is like you can't look at the color of a person's skin. If you let me run that back. If you look at the color of a person's skin and you already make a series of assumptions about them and automatically assume that they're racist, you're truly the one who has the issue. Likewise, if you look at a person who's black and you look at the color of their skin and you immediately make assumptions, you're the one who has the issue, right? So, are there white people who are racist in the world? Absolutely. What percentage? I don't know. Is there some hidden racism? Yeah, absolutely. But that still doesn't give me or anybody else the right to be like, you know what? All white people are racist, or all black people are racist, or all green, orange, yellow, blue, whatever. That doesn't give anybody the right to say that. But when we start trying to paint the world or paint people with a broad stroke brush, it's really just a display of our individual ignorance anytime that's done. I mean, let's face it, we all seem to realize that all people, there are no two people in this world who are like, even identical twins, way different, right? From each other. No two people in this world are absolutely alike, nor will there ever be two people who are absolutely the same. So in that from in that scope, we realize everybody's different, but then at the same time, we like want to take people and put them in buckets and label those buckets as this or that. And listen, this goes beyond racism. This goes as far as individuals who have varying thought patterns, and we tend to try to put them in categories and label them as being this or label them as being that based off their behavior and just a lot of different things. So before any of us start overgeneralizing, just take the time to get to know somebody. You know what? Have a conversation. You'll be surprised what comes out of that. Anyways, I want to keep this rolling. I've got another video to get ready for you to drop less than an hour or about an hour from now. Steve Dab 317. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully you are subscribed. Hopefully you hit that bell notification. And if I can ask you for one more favor, recommend this channel to a friend. Somebody else who you think maybe needs to or would like to listen to one of these videos or enjoy some of these reactions. I would love to see this channel grow. I'm counting on each of you to be great supporters, and hopefully we're in it together. And if you don't have anybody who comes to mind, that's fine also. It's still all love. But anyways, I'm signing out.